Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go. It is our last day here in Florida. I'm quite sad. Final day in Florida. We are rounding things up at Magic Kingdom. We have an improvement possibly in the weather situation after the sun just absolutely destroyed me yesterday. We have cloud cover today.
And the breeze.
I am going to confess something.
Okay.
I am approaching today with a mild amount of trepidation.
Oh, that can only mean one thing.
What?
Tron.
Well, no, we'll come to Tron in a second, but I feel like in recent years our relationship with the Magic Kingdom has been
Is it weed?
complicated.
Yes.
We have had, if you watched last year's vlog, you'll know we had the worst day that we've ever had at Disney at Magic Kingdom last year. Then we had a really good day at Magic Kingdom, and then we had another day where again it was really hot. We got a bit defeated, and I don't know why it feels like we're under a little bit of a maleficent curse when it comes to Magic Kingdom. So I'm hoping today is the day that changes that. We are going to have a magical experience today. When it comes to Tron, I have made the decision I am not going to attempt to sit in the light cycle today. If you watched our vlogs from last year, you'll know that I struggled. If you're new to the vlogs, I did have a lot of trouble with Tron last year after being so excited to ride it. First time I couldn't get the restraints to close at all. Second time they closed without any issue. Third time they closed, but I was left with some marks, like some painful marks on the back of my leg. I was left with quite bad bruising where the chest plate was sitting. It's not worth it. It's our last day here. I want to have fun. I want to be able to last the distance. We are going to ride Tron, but we are going to ask to sit in the light rover car instead of the light cycles.
What's your different experience?
Exactly. told you there was a curse. Yes, we are back here at Caribbean Beach. We did have to exit Magic Kingdom after another miniature disaster has befallen us. We've had to come back for an hour or so maybe. And we are now en route once again to Magic Kingdom, take 2. A year to the day, it is a year to the day since the last time we had to exit Magic Kingdom in the middle of the day because one of us wasn't feeling well. And the exact same thing has happened again. But it is now, if I look over my shoulder at the time, it's 1:48. So it's not too bad, it's not been too big an impact. 1:48 PM, we're now heading back over to Magic Kingdom for a second attempt. I'm pretty certain this has been the final nail in the coffin of our Disney dining plan adventures. We are definitely 100% going to carry over lots of meal credits, but that's okay, Here we are, once again, at the gates of Magic Kingdom, part 2.
Haven't we done this already?
Yeah, but this time we might actually, go on a ride or see a show or stay for more than half an hour.
Do things?
Oh,
okay.
You thought what?
I thought we were just visiting these parks.
Yeah, it was nice to just visit too.
Yeah.
Users, prepare to be digitized into the world of Tron.
We could go to Main Street and fight for a spot to watch fireworks, or we could sit here in a mall and just vibe with the music. So that's what we're going to do. Just about it for another Disney vlog series. We are back in the UK. In fact, we've actually been back in the UK for quite some time. I have just in the last hour finished editing the final vlog of this series, and we very purposefully waited until after editing all the videos together to wrap up, just to really get that chance to relive it all. So much happened on this trip, it was so many firsts, and it was so great to go back over all of that footage and relive all those amazing memories. Just a few final thoughts on the overall trip. We had an absolutely fantastic time. Truly felt like a once in a lifetime trip. Now of course we're going to be back at Walt Disney World. We will do our very best to get back on another Disney cruise, but when I think of all those great moments, all the people that we met on the cruise, all the fantastic crew on board the Disney Fantasy, and of course all that amazing time we got to spend with friends, I never thought when I first started an Instagram account, when we first started a YouTube channel, that it would lead us to make so many amazing friends. So again, just a big thank you to Greg and Corey from Pirates of the Polynesian, David the Disney aficionado, and of course our amazing friend Karen Lapple Queen for coming and spending time with us in the parks and helping make this a truly unforgettable trip. Now we do have one final piece of business to wrap up on this trip. If you have been following along the full vlog series, you'll know we've been talking about the Disney dining plan. We did have the quick service dining plan. We did set out early on in a mission to beat the dining plan and get the absolute most value that we could out of the dining plan. Now towards the end of those videos you saw things did get very chaotic. We very often forgot to tell you what we had to eat. We very often forgot to actually eat. So we did keep everything recorded as we were going along though. We did the full records of everything that we used our dining credits for. We did not manage to use them all, as you probably saw in the videos. So just to wrap everything up, this is how much we actually spent on the dining plan. That's converted to dollars from pounds. We obviously paid in pounds from the UK. And this is how much we would have spent on the same food that we used those dining credits for. So we didn't beat the dining plan, but I was pleasantly surprised when we did those full calculations. I did think we had been beaten so badly. It felt like we had just been beaten to a pulp by a Mickey waffle by the end of it. But we almost got there. We almost came fairly close to breaking even on that dining plan. If you have been following along with this journey and wondering if the dining plan is good value, if that means it's not good value, I think with this trip there's really a lot of different factors going on there. The sun and the heat in this trip was a major factor for us, and we did not eat anywhere near what we would normally eat on a typical Disney trip. The fact that we came back with snack credits still attached to our plan, that in itself is a massive anomaly for us. There was a lot of things going on, there were a lot of different factors that played a part in that. I do think these days with this version of the dining plan, it is still potential value, but you have to be willing to work with it. You're really going to get the best value out of that plan if you are making use of the adult beverages, the alcoholic beverages with your meal. If you are willing to really plan out those meals and make sure that you're getting the most expensive quick service meals that you can find, that you're maximising those credits, it will work out for you. So to answer the question of is the dining plan good value, maybe. It can be. It does depend on how you want to use it. It does depend on your travel party. But hopefully you've been able to see through these videos what we've been able to use our credits for, what wasn't covered by dining credits, and hopefully help make that decision for you and your travel party if you're thinking about getting the dining plan. So I hope you have enjoyed following along on our first ever Disney cruise and then coming along with us to another amazing trip around Walt Disney World. In terms of what what's next on the channel. We've got some videos coming up. I've been doing a few bits and pieces around the UK. We'll share some of the highlights from those coming up on the channel over the next few weeks. I just want to say as well, we are still a teeny tiny channel here. It is a very small channel. We do this for fun. We do this because we want to provide a window into some of the great places that we get to see. But we have seen a few more subscribers since we started putting up the cruise videos. So I just want to say a massive thank you to all of you who've joined the channel. Anybody who's been following along, commenting, liking, sharing, all of those good things. We do have lots more to come. We have some plans.
We're going to Chattanooga.
Rose says we're going to Chattanooga. We're not going to Chattanooga, but we do have some upcoming plans. We will be headed back to Walt Disney World. Stay tuned for more on that coming up on the channel. So it wouldn't be a 4,000 Miles to Magic vlog series if we didn't end on a montage, so stick around for that coming up in just a second. But for one final time, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Bye!
I'm not heading for the stars, driving down the boulevard at night, playing Coldplay on repeat, watching people on the street as I go by. And it doesn't even matter to me where I go, I just feel I need to take a ride. Got my coffee cup to go, and I'm gonna hit the road tonight. Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go. Turning up the stereo in a place I didn't know till now. In a different part of town, I see new colors as the sun goes down. No, it doesn't even matter to me where I go, just feel I need to take a ride. I don't know when I'll get back, keep on going and relax tonight. Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go. I'm not heading for the stars, driving down this boulevard tonight. Yeah, playing Coldplay on repeat, watching people on the street as I go by. Now my wheels in motion and my